This Let's Play was supported by these awesome hobby companies.
Hello guys, and welcome to this Let's Play for Blood Red Skies. I am of course joined by Charlie, and we are going to be going through basically my sort of first game. But yes, I've been really looking forward to this. So, what have we got?
Yeah, so we're all deployed. We've decided to split the fighters off into our elements.
Yep.
So I've gone for 3 elements of 2, typical early war 109 setup.
Yep.
And you've gone for 2 elements of 3. So again, very typical of the Spitfires early war. Gives us a nice bit of flavour for the Battle of Britain. We've picked our cards. So we've got our skill cards for the planes, so the aircraft traits themselves. We've then got a couple of theatre cards and a doctrine card each, as well as an ace card we've each picked for our 2 aces. Obviously, hopefully we'll see those come up throughout the game. We've all set up, so I've rolled for my advantage and disadvantage of my planes. I've got a nice spread, a couple of neutrals, a couple of disadvantaged, and a couple of advantaged. And you've done the same.
I'm pretty much the same, so I have disadvantaged, neutral, advantaged, neutral, advantage, disadvantage. So I've got a 50-50 split on my guys. Which is pretty decent.
It's pretty decent, but we do know that you've got a theatre card.
Yes.
That allows you to maybe get a bit of extra advantage at the start of the game. So
this is an excellent little bit of flavour for the RAF as well. Because the core box is the Battle of Britain. This is one of the cards you get, and this is awesome. This is radar support. So make a manoeuvre test for each friendly plane. Any that score a success automatically begin the game with advantage, which is really cool.
That is really cool. So yeah, it sets you up. So it obviously simulates the radars going up as the 109s are coming in across the channel. The British scramble, but they know they're coming. They're prepared rather than being caught on the hop.
It's never a patrol with the RAF. They know that you're coming. So
definitely.
What I need to do now then is roll a manoeuvre test for everybody.
You do indeed. So well, not for everybody, because the advantage planes are fine, so they're okay. So it's obviously just going to be the neutral and the disadvantaged planes you want to roll for.
So I have 4 to roll for them.
You do indeed. So it's a manoeuvre test, which is your pilot skill plus the agility of the plane. So the agility being for the Spitfires is 3. And the first plane you've got sort of to my left there is
disadvantaged.
And it's a pilot skill of 3.
So I take 3 dice plus 3?
Plus 3,
So it's a 6 dice roll, and all I need is 1 6. 1 6.
Which is one of those aces.
Fine.
And he's fine, he starts advantaged.
So this guy over here changes to advantage.
He does, And then
I then have a neutral guy in the middle here. Which
he's your ace.
He's my ace. So he has 5 dice.
5 dice for his pilot skill.
So 3, 4, 5 plus the maneuverability of the plane
3.
is another 3.
So rolling loads of dice here for this guy. Should be nice and easy to get a 6. Not this time. Not this time.
Apparently not.
So he still starts neutral though, so he's still, he's still in a comfortable position.
He has 2 advantage planes with him now.
He does, yes,
So that's a good point for me. So I have 1 more disadvantaged over here and 1 more neutral. I start with the neutral.
So start with the rookie.
2, he's pilot skill 2, and maneuverability 3.
3, that's it.
So again,
and
we
he's
did
good,
get it that time.
So the rookie's following his man on the wing there. He's going to sort of stick to the same height. He's taking his advantage with him.
He's learning by doing, and we have a 4 skill pilot over here at disadvantage. So
that's 4 for your pilot skill.
4 plus 3.
And 3 for the maneuverability. Just a single 6, always a single 6, and you're fine. Good. Plenty there.
So that is 1 Vic. I'm going to call them Vics from now on, by the way, because that's what they were called. That's 1 Vic completely in advantage, and 2 planes in the other one, with the ace sort of cruising along.
So he's going to let them sort of fly past and give them some orders, some commands, and do his thing. So the way the turn sequence works is we go through all of the advantage planes first, in order of highest pilot skill down to lowest.
We can show that on this.
We can, yes.
So let's have a look. So the activation order.
So as we go, all advantage planes first, 5s, so the orange, down to the 4s, 3s, and then 2s. Then we do all the neutrals, and then all the disadvantaged planes in order of pilot skill again. So from 5 down to 2.
Now, when we're looking at this, it's down to the pilot skill, as well as what level they are at.
Yes. Yeah.
So obviously, even though I have an ace, because he's flying neutral, he will not be activating amongst the top players.
No.
On your side, though, your ace is also neutral.
He is, indeed.
Neither of our top planes are going to be going first in this activation. So no 5s are activating.
Nope.
So we then need to move on to the 4s. And I have...
You definitely have
I have a 4 who's advantaged.
Yes.
So you have a 4, but he's disadvantaged.
He's disadvantaged. So he's going way near the end of the round, as it were.
That's right. So we now have to figure out what we want to do with this guy. And there's a cloud in front of me.
There is, yes.
So how do clouds work?
So the way clouds work is they like to call them the great leveler. As soon as you hit a cloud, regardless of your advantage level, it knocks you to neutral. Once you're in the cloud, you can't be seen. But you can't also shoot or be seen or see out of the cloud. So you can't choose to shoot or try and outmaneuver somebody when you're within the cloud. It's nice to start the turn in a cloud because you can burn advantage and still come out neutral, because moving through the cloud sets you to neutral. So they're a lovely little piece of or a lovely element of scenery or terrain, however you want to call it, that you can really take advantage of. Certainly in times of need, I think, as well. They provide you with a nice element of being a little bit more tactical, and a little bit, it gives you something a little bit more to think about.
Absolutely. So, because they're already facing the cloud, I think my first guy is just going to nip in, and I think he's just going to stay in.
Is he? Yeah. So he's got to move a minimum of 4 inches.
Minimum of 4.
So that may take you just out, but no, it's going to be...
It's going to keep me in there, so I'm going to move to there, just so that the stem is still in the cloud, because that's how far it is.
I think as long as over 50% of the base is in the cloud, it's counted as touching the cloud. Now what we do is we place a chit next to that plane so that we know he's had his activation. That way, as advantage levels change throughout a round, we're adding those chits so that we don't end up activating planes more than once.
So as far as we're concerned on the activation order, as far as advantage goes, there's no more 4s to do.
There's no more 4s to do.
So we move on to 3s.
We do, yes. And that would be all of your planes almost.
Do you have any 3s that are advantage?
So I've got 2 advantage 3s, fortunately. And then the rest of mine are either neutral or disadvantaged.
But this is where the plane's specifications come into play.
It is indeed, yes.
So although our pilots are the same skill, the Spitfire is very slightly faster.
Just faster. And what we're talking about when we talk about the speed is the actual
speed.
Yeah, the actual recorded speed of the plane.
So if we go back to our cards, we have the 7 is basically the movement inches.
Yes.
But below that, we have the actual recorded speed of the aircraft.
Indeed.
So the 109 is 354 miles an hour, but the Spitfire is 357.
So you're nicking it by 3 miles per hour. Yes.
So that's how you work out if there's a tie between your skills, your pilot skills. That's just the faster plane gets there. And I've heard that some other planes are ridiculously
fast, and some of them ridiculously slow as well. Especially when you look at, say, the Yak for the Soviets. So,
So we have my 3 planes. This one down here, which is at advantage, is going to nip in beside the 4 pilot.
I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll just move his chit round and out the way.
So I'm going to measure from the stem, because that lets me see more accurately where he's going to be, and he's just going to bring himself back up to neutral. And that'll be him.
And then we pop a chit on him.
And
then you've got the other 2 3s over here.
The other 2 over here. So these guys are just going to do their normal move. Which is 7 inches. I'm going to measure that from the front of the base this time. And because I'm also allowed a bit of a turn of 45 degrees.
Yes, you've got 45 degrees at the end you can use.
So I will just turn him, I think, to about there. He doesn't burn advantage because he's not doing anything silly. So that's him, so I'll move a chit next to him. And then we'll move the final guy, who will also come out 7, but he won't turn, so he'll just stay there.
So as John's got it down here, everything is moving in a straight line. So the only chance you've got to do any turns at the start is if you burn advantage, or you've got a skill that you can use to allow you to turn at the beginning of your phase. So for example, the tight turn for the Spitfires, which is their aircraft trait, allows them to make that 45-degree turn rather than at the end, at any point during that their move. Meaning you could do it at the beginning, you could do it halfway through, just to symbolize how maneuverable this Spitfire was against the likes of the 109 and stuff as well.
Yeah. So we're on to your 3.
We are, yes. So I've got 2 3s, both of which are at advantage. If I can.
But you have 3 3s actually.
No, but this one is neutral.
So we're still in the advantage.
Still in the advantage stage.
You're right.
Now, I don't know if it's worth it for me. So I could do a dive. So it would burn my advantage, take me through the cloud, and I could climb back up again at the end because the cloud's setting me to neutral.
Had the cloud not been there, you could have burned forward at advantage and potentially taken a shot?
If you were at a lower advantage level, but because you're already advantaged, this is where that radar support's really come in handy for you. It's not allowing me to get off a first turn shot. Now, if you weren't and you'd been unfortunate to start disadvantaged, I may have been able to burn straight through that cloud and
come out neutral and still had the opportunity.
Exactly, yes, but I think we're going to play it a little bit safer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn my advantage because 7 inches isn't going to get me into the cloud. But I might as well burn it to take me just to the edge there. And I'm going to just pop on a little turn and finish in the cloud. And then this guy's just going to move. He's going to, again, play it a little bit safe. Hold on to his advantage level and just move up his 4 inches to there. And then end his turn as well. End his activation.
Okay. So that's our advantaged planes done.
That's all the advantaged 3s. You still got your rookie, who was also advantaged.
Yes. I just noticed him. I just remembered this poor little guy down here. I might do something a little different with him. I'm not too sure. 7 inches might actually, takes him straight through the cloud.
Now, if you're going to go through the cloud, it's obviously going to set you to neutral, so you're going to lose that advantage level anyway. In that instance, it's worth burning it, because at least you're going to get a little bit either extra maneuverability or extra speed, extra distance if you want to use it.
So if I go to burn my advantage, which sets me to neutral, and then I take up to 13 inches.
Up to 13 inches, or just up to your normal move, which is 7 inches, with 180 up to 180 degree turn at any point as well. So if you want to change your facing, or if you just want to try and close that gap a little bit.
I think I may. I'm not too sure because, well, I can burn through here, and then I can set myself back to advantage.
You can indeed, yes,
Okay, so let's send him in a straight line, straight through the cloud, which would make him
neutral anyway.
And then at the end of the turn, he's going to face towards the cloud, and then put on some advantage at the end. So I'll just make sure that's done.
Pop the chit against him. So, and that is all of the advantage planes done.
Yes.
So we move on to our neutral planes. Excuse me. And it's a tie between my neutral ace and your neutral ace. So that's where the speed kicks in.
Where the Spitfire comes in again.
Yes,
And I think we're going to push forward 7 with my ace. Just to put him back into that Vic, and then throw some advantage on.
Right, well, I'm going to play...
Oh, you're going to play a card?
I am, yes. So I'm going to play poorly trained opponents.
Okay, so go for it. Show us what that means.
So what that does is I play that whenever an enemy plane makes a pilot action.
Okay.
So your pilot action was to climb up for advantage. So the enemy plane must pass a maneuver test to complete their chosen pilot action. So I'm forcing you to make a maneuver test. Albeit it's with your ace, it's still worth trying to stop you from gaining that advantage level with the ace.
But I will be rolling that with 8 dice. So
you will, yes.
It's not the best plane to play it on.
No, maybe not.
But if it fails...
If it fails the test, he stays neutral. Maybe I've got a chance to have a go at him next turn. but he doesn't. He passes it extraordinarily well.
Absolutely fine.
And then, so what happens is I just discard that card. So as we saw on the bottom, it does say discard.
Yep.
So that just gets discarded into my discard pile. Now that it's resolved, I draw back up to 3 cards in my hand.
Okay.
So I've now got 3 cards again. And then, so he finishes advantaged.
Yes.
And we move on to my neutral.
So you have your ace to go first.
I do, yes. So can I pinch the tape measure there? Now, 7 inches will get me into the cloud. What I'm going to do is I'm going to burn advantage anyway, because I know going into the cloud is going to set me back to neutral. 13 inches won't get me completely out, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a 7-inch move. So my standard maximum move into the cloud, and then I'm going to take advantage of the extra maneuverability to just give me a little bit more than a 45-degree turn at the end there.
Yeah.
And obviously, because he's in the cloud, he's set to neutral.
Yeah. So from neutral 5s down to neutral 4s.
4s. No, so I've only got there's no neutral 4s for me.
Nope.
I've only got the neutral 3.
And that's it, because all my guys have activated.
They have now,
so it's really, it's just up to you.
It is all down to me now. So this guy is going to burn his advantage and fly straight through the cloud. So this is where the clouds really come into their own. So it's a full 13-inch move. And then he would have gone to neutral for flying through the cloud. And then as this pilot action, he's going to climb up to advantage.
And that's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, so I've put myself right in the mix, but I'm going fast. I'm at a good advantage level. I'm feeling comfortable with where he is there.
Yeah.
Now I move to my 4, disadvantaged 4, who hasn't got a great deal of options. So he's just going to move his sort of bare minimum, which is half his move rounded up. So 4 inches, and climb up to neutral.
Yeah.
So I was really lucky there. I managed to sort of climb up almost 2 levels by when I burnt my advantage. But normally you can only climb up sort of 1 level of advantage.
Yeah. And then you have your neutral rookie, your 2.
My disadvantaged rookie, yeah. So, and he can't get in the cloud, unfortunately, but he will move his full 7 inches to the edge of the cloud there.
Yep.
And then come up to neutral.
Excellent.
So the clouds don't block line of sight. If I'm one side of the cloud, you're another side of the cloud, you can shoot at me still, because we just work on it being a 3D board, as it were.
Yeah.
Everybody's at a different altitude and so on and so forth. So that's the end of the first turn. Nice and quick.
Yep.
We take all the chits back in.
Yep.
And then we start our next round.
Into round 2.
Yes, yeah. So again, we follow through the sequence of all advantage planes first, starting with the highest pilot skill down to the lowest.
Yep, and my ace is ready to roll.
He is ready to roll, yes.
Because he is advantaged, and he is in a decent enough position to possibly do something.
Yeah, so...
so let's have a look at what options we have. He could just go straight at this guy.
He could, yeah. He wouldn't be able to get a shot off because they're both advantage, but what he could do is knock him down to neutral.
Yeah.
Meaning, I'm then going in the next phase, as it were, of advantage level.
Yep.
And then potentially giving your other planes supporting a chance to get off a shot.
Yep.
Or there is this 4 here,
Yep.
which he could potentially sort of move into and have a shot at.
He could.
Because he is neutral.
Yeah. But I'm not going to throw myself straight across the board so quick.
Sure.
I'm not that bloodthirsty yet.
Not yet.
No. I might try and play a little trick though.
Okay.
So I need to get the turn that I want.
Yeah.
I either potentially need to use something from my hand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna play a tight turn.
Okay, excellent. Yeah.
So a tight turn is a discard card. This plane may make its normal 45-degree turn at any point in its movement, not just at the end. And that is what I need my ace to do right now. So I will discard that. That'll go into my pile.
Yeah, so just a discarded pile to the side.
I'll just put it in the discard pile, so
and then you've got your
there.
removed one, yeah.
Yep, and then I draw another one into my
Yes, get back up to 3 cards, yeah.
Okay. The ace then, right here, is going to make his 45-degree turn now.
Sure.
I think. And then I can do my normal move, which is exactly what I was hoping we could do. So he'll turn.
Yeah.
And then he'll make he's going to make a 6-inch move.
Okay.
To bring him about here.
Yeah.
So about there.
Yeah.
Now, there's a thought in my head that says I could intimidate you in some way.
Indeed you can.
Like waggle my wings at you.
Yeah,
pretend that I'm going to come in for an attack, but
go the other way. That's exactly right. Yeah. So so at the end of your turn, you've got your pilot action, which if you've got a plane within 6 inches that's at a lower advantage level, you could have a shot.
Yeah.
You could climb up to advantage, which you don't need to do. Or if you've got a plane within 9 inches, you can make an outmaneuver, or you try and outmaneuver that plane.
Yeah.
If you're a higher pilot skill than the plane you're outmaneuvering, it happens to me automatically. So that's just to emphasize the skill of the higher pilot, especially this being an ace.
Yeah.
The only plane that you wouldn't be able to outmaneuver would be another ace, as it were.
Yeah. So in this case, because my ace's pilot skill is 5, and I'm trying to outmaneuver a 3.
Indeed.
This happens automatically.
It does, yeah, and drops him straight down to neutral.
Yeah.
Meaning, again, he's moving in a later sort of phase of the turn.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna be playing this a lot. I'm gonna be bugging you.
That's
with
fine.
This sort of thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that's my top guy done.
Yeah.
Let's move on to number 4s.
So we've got no advantaged 4s.
No advantage 4s.
Mine's neutral. Yours is in the cloud.
Do we have advantage 3s?
3s. Well, I have 1.
You have 1, and I have
you have
2.
2. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to throw them.
Of course. Yeah.
Now here's a thing, because I need to. For example, let's have a look here. These 2 planes are my 3s.
Yes.
I'd like him to be not there anymore. The problem is, to get the turn to do that, I have to bring myself onto neutral.
Yes, that's if you want to burn advantage for an extra maneuver. But you've got a lovely aircraft trait called tight turn.
I do.
So should you want to play another tight turn,
I could.
You could do.
And now I can get an attack off.
Indeed, yeah.
So yes, I'm going to play my second tight turn. And then I'm going to draw another one, because I assume there's a lot of tight turns.
There's a lot of tight turns, yeah. So the Spitfires only have the 1 trait.
Yeah.
And you get a aircraft trait for every aircraft you've got on the table.
Yeah.
So you've got 6 tight turns in total.
So let's do a 45-ish.
Yeah.
And let's see how close we can bring him. He's going to kind of go this way a little bit.
Yeah. So he's got to move a minimum of 4, but he doesn't have to move any more than that.
He'll get to himself to there.
And then
I think
he's definitely pointing into the side arc of that 109. And he's definitely within 6 inches.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah, meaning he does get a deflective shot, a deflecting shot, or deflection shot, as you were. So you're rolling your normal attacks. So it's your pilot skill of 3, plus the firepower of the plane, which is 1.
So I have 4 dice to roll.
Yeah, looking just for a single 6.
And I don't get
Not this time. So I get off a little bit lucky there, I think. So we put a little chit on the plane, so we know that he's gone. But you have still got
another 3
to do. Yes, yeah.
Yep. So this 3 of mine over here, he has a couple of options. He could swing in with another tight turn and help his friends.
Yeah.
He could swing off towards the cloud.
Yeah, we can both be in the cloud at the same time.
Yeah.
That's fine. We don't know that each other is there.
Yeah.
And it's cloud cover.
Because I'm advantaged, I don't want to lose it by going into the cloud. I kind of want to hold myself with a little bit of a trump card there. I have a better idea. It's fine. This guy is basically just going to... He's just going to go as minimum.
Yeah.
And then from there, we're just going to make a little bit of a turn to there.
Yeah, so he remembers seeing somebody fly off into that cloud cover there, and he's
playing it safe.
He's playing it safe.
He knows there's something on. Yeah. So that's my advantage 3.
Yeah, so it moves to my advantage 3.
It does.
So what we're going to try and do with this chap, I think we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna fly casual. If I can pinch the tape measure again.
Yep.
I want to get him up and away, so he's going to move his full 7 inches. But I am going to use my pilot action to force a maneuver test from, I think, this Spitfire here, because he's the closest.
He is.
If it was one further away, you would get a +1 to your dice pool for your maneuver test. So I don't want to give you that. So
it's a 3-skill pilot with maneuverability 1.
Of 3.
3, sorry.
Yes,
so 6 dice.
6 dice in total.
So that's fine.
It's always just 1/6. So 1/6 is a pass, but he doesn't. Excellent.
So this guy now drops to neutral.
To neutral, yeah. So he's already gone this turn, but it means going into the next turn, I know that potentially some of my planes are going to be able to go before him.
Yep.
So hopefully plays out quite well for me.
So we're now on to advantage.
We've got your advantage 2, yes.
Yep. He's
this chapter
here, so this up here. And I think I'm going to be playing another
another tight turn
on him.
Excellent.
Which will then allow me, with any luck, it might not get him round to where I need him to be. So so from there, it's to about there, I think. It is,
yeah. We've always got the calipers there if you want to be precise.
So from there...
Now you can still burn advantage to gain some extra maneuverability. So if you wanted to, you could burn down to neutral, move forward a couple of inches, do up to a 180-degree turn, and then he's still going to move a minimum of 4 in total, but that's potentially going to get him on the tail of my my poor 109 there.
But I know that your ace is in the cloud.
My ace is still in the cloud, yes.
And the main thing is I don't want to burn the advantage, because if your ace comes out on the tail of my rookie, I need my rookie to be at advantage so that you can't have a go at him.
Yes, very true.
However, if I do move him, if I bring him, turn him with an advantage and bring him in close to this, you're going to have to do something similar to get onto my tail. So I'll be neutral, but you'd be disadvantaged.
But because I'm in the cloud, I'm coming out neutral, even if I burn advantage. I see. Yeah, that's the beauty of the clouds. So these two guys as well, so they could burn and still come out in a neutral state. So I am quite fortunate to have the ace down there at the moment.
You are, and I'm going to have to just bump forward.
The one other thing I would say to consider, excuse me, is the fact that this front 45-degree arc here for this plane, if you're in that, I can't tail
wingman.
you. So you've got that wingman effect then.
All right, so let's burn.
Go for it.
Yeah. So we'll burn, and we'll go 2, and then I'll make a roughly.
As long as it's within 180 degrees, you're fine.
And then I have another 4 inches I can go.
You do, yeah. So you can move right up to the base if you want, yeah. So you know for a fact he's within that 65-degree arc of that other Spitfire, meaning the ace is giving you that wingman effect of stopping me from being able to tail you. And as you are right on my tail, that drops me right down to disadvantage, regardless of whatever level I'm at. You are disadvantaged if you've got a plane on your 6.
Because you're now on your own. There are 5 Spitfires near you.
Yes,
You're in a bit of trouble.
I am in a bit of trouble now, yeah.
Right, so that is my little rookie having gone.
Well, he's still got a pilot action. So you can choose to climb if you like.
No.
You can choose to outmaneuver if you like.
No.
Or you can choose to shoot.
I'm going to choose to shoot.
Yeah, of course. So it's your pilot skill plus the firepower of the plane.
2 plus 1, so 3.
3 dice. You need 1 6. And that gives me a boom chit. And he does, so I take the first boom chit of the game. So the way the boom chits work is they symbolize pressure. So your squadron putting pressure on my squadron, or my wing or element, whatever you want to call it, in terms of the whole collective of planes. So that goes on the player rather than the plane. So you haven't scored a hit, as it were, but you've got some shots off that putting me under pressure.
That 109 pilot has just seen a bunch of tracer go past, and he's just went, What was that?
And now, as a result, I've got to roll a maneuver test to try and outmaneuver those shots coming in. So that'll be...
It won't be too bad because you're a 3-skill pilot against a rookie. So
yeah. So I'm getting 6 dice. So I get 3 for my pilot skill, and then 3 for the maneuverability of the plane. I just need 1 6. And I am safe. Good. So I'm good for now. If I'd failed, it would have been a disaster.
The plane may have went down.
The plane would have definitely gone down because I am already disadvantaged. There's nowhere for me to go. You know?
Yep.
If I was neutral, it would have dropped me down to disadvantaged. But because I'm already disadvantaged, there is nowhere else for me to go apart from into the deep blue below us.
Yeah, exactly.
Shark bait, as it were.
So now my guy has completed.
So now he's completed his turn, yes.
So he's now got his little chit to say that.
Yeah, and we've done all the advantage planes now, I believe.
We have.
So moved down to the neutrals.
I have a neutral 4.
You do? I have a neutral 5.
And you have a neutral 5. So yeah, you're going to have to go first.
I am going to have to go first.
So you need to decide what you're going to do. Are you going to chase the rabbit?
Now, chasing the rabbit's not going to get me much.
It's going to get you caught in these jaws.
That's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah. Now, because I'm neutral, I can burn advantage for free effectively because as I come out the cloud, it's going to set me back to
neutral again.
Yes. So I'm going to do that anyway. So I know I'm going to be coming out neutral.
Yep.
Whether I take the 180-degree turn or the extra move or not, I'm not sure yet. I could play Migrate Dive to gain myself an extra inch, but what that's going to do is sort of put me in a lovely position for your
for those 2 Spitfires.
Spitfires in the clouds there.
So both burn advantage and come out at
exactly. What I think I'm going to do is use it to make a turn at the start of my turn.
Okay.
And then we're going to move, let's say...
Just out?
Yeah, just out of the cloud. So about sort of 5 inches to bring me in a straight line just out. So as I come out, I go to neutral.
Yep.
And then the question for me really is, do I climb up to advantage? Or do I try and disadvantage your rookie? It's a tough one because that rookie's on my tail.
Yeah.
And that rookie's going to go quite, certainly before my 3's going to go, even though I'm going to get a chance to move away at the end of this sort of round.
Yeah.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up. I'm going to climb up to advantage in an effort to not get caught in the jaws of your ace and other 3 there. So then we move to the neutral 4s.
Yep. So my 4 over here.
Yep.
He's good. He's still in the cloud.
He's still in the cloud, so he can burn advantage for free almost.
I think he will. He's going to burn down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burn down, and then he's going to turn.
Sure.
And then he's going to make a 7-inch move out. Which doesn't even need to be 7 inches.
No,
it's going to be
right onto my flank there.
And because he goes back to neutral.
He does, he comes out neutral.
And then his pilot action is going to be taking a shot.
Excellent, cool. So it's a deflection shot again, meaning I get my speed to try and dodge it. But there's only so long my luck can hold out.
So 5 dice.
Yep.
Let's see.
Looking for a single 6.
Yes.
He's got 2. So 2 6s on a shot is classed as a critical. What a critical does is it takes a dice away from my dice pool for that outmaneuver.
Right.
So and normally I'd be 3 for my pilot skill, and then 7 for my speed.
Right.
I'm going to lose one of those, so it's only going to give me 6 dice.
Yep.
So
do you take a boom chit for having...
I do take a boom chit for having received some fire,
Yep.
So I'm on 2 now. And hopefully not going down. And I'm okay.
Oh, you're fine.
So I'm fine. But yes, as you rightly said, I'm on my 2nd boom chit now.
Yep.
It's all, like I say, it just shows you getting those shots off is good. Once I've got more boom chits than planes, it's game over for me.
Yeah.
We can play through the end of that turn, but I have at least suffered a draw if I can pull it back. But most likely a loss. So it's not feeling too good for me right now. 2-0. So so that's that 4 gone. And then we move on to my 4.
Yes, your 4 can now do whatever it pleases.
Yeah, and I feel like I really do need to start causing some of your planes to either be a bit disadvantaged or do something to try and recover a little bit here. So I'm going to move this chap forward 6 inches, and then rather than climb, I don't know, because if I try and force your ace to make a maneuver test, it's a lot of dice that you know you're rolling 8 dice to avoid that outmaneuver, and you only need the 1/6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up to advantage, and just he's going to finish his turn like that. We move into the neutral 3s,
and I have 2.
You have 2. I have the 1.
Yep.
Do you have 2?
Yeah, I have this guy and this guy.
This
guy's already gone. Yeah, because he was advantaged.
He was, yeah.
So this guy is basically the only one left to go. So over here, and he could just be as brave as his wingman.
Is he?
Just turn in for a couple of shots. And
why not?
Just make this massive cluster around this per 109.
He's not doing great, is he?
He's not. He was a bit too confident.
He
wanted to be a 4-skill pilot.
I think he thought he was an ace. In all fairness.
He thought he was an ace. He charged out of the cloud and was like, "Yes, we're going to do this."
Yeah.
And then he got lapped on by most of my squadron. So
that's me overestimating myself as usual. So.
Right. So let's see. He's going to burn an advantage.
Yeah, because he's going to come out neutral anyway,
isn't he? He's going to turn, and then he's going to burn out of here.
Okay.
And I'm also... Can I play an aircraft trait at the same time?
You can, but you've got your 45 you can use at the end anyway.
True.
So you don't necessarily need to play that trait.
I can just line him up.
You can indeed.
And then neutral he's come out neutral.
Yeah.
And he's going to take a shot.
He is lovely. Now, because it's a head-on shot, I do get to have a shot back.
You do.
So, and we're both pilot level of 3.
Yep.
So we're both rolling 4 dice, because we've both got 1 firepower. So I'll let you go first.
Okay.
But as I said, it is simultaneous shooting.
Mm-hmm. So let's see what happens from me.
The single ace, that's enough. So that's another boom chit on me.
Yep.
My shot back. Fortunately, do score a boom chit back, which is
so I get one. My first one.
A sigh of relief a little bit there. And then obviously we're both going to have to make outmaneuver tests.
Yep.
So I'll do mine first because you got that shot off first on me. So it's pilot skill of 3
plus 3 dice.
Plus 3 for the maneuverability, and I just need A6.
Yep.
Okay.
You're okay.
Yeah, and then the same for yourself.
So same again.
Yeah.
So 6 dice.
Single 6 will do you. Yeah, plenty.
We're good.
No problem. No problem
at all.
And then we pop a little set of wings to know that he's gone. So it moves to my 3.
Mm-hmm.
So my neutral 3 is definitely going to burn his advantage.
Yep.
And what he's going to do is he's going to fly forward, and he's going to have to move a full 7 inches, I think, here.
Yep.
And I'm not entirely sure I'll get the tail off, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm just going to be just out. So he's going to come up neutral, coming out the clouds. I've got my 180-degree turn.
Yep.
But as I'm pointing into your stem, that's a side. I don't think that classes as tailing for me.
Not just
your 45-degree arc is just to the right of my stem there.
Yeah, so you can check that on that line.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're just...
So as a bold move, it was worth giving it a go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up for advantage.
Yep.
Give me that edge going into the next turn.
Mm-hmm. So that's all neutrals done?
That's all the neutrals. No, I've got my neutral 2. And then... And that's all my planes again, isn't it? So I've got my disadvantage 3 thereafter. So we're going to try the same, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to
burn
advantage. I can't get through and out to do 180 and get on your tail. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play Migrate Dive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll pop that under the camera there.
Yep.
And what Migrate Dive does is I play it when I'm making when I'm burning advantage for extra speed.
Yep.
And instead of adding 6 inches, I'm doubling my move.
Yeah.
So instead of it being a 13-inch move, it's going to be a 14-inch move for me.
Okay.
And then I discard that card and draw up to another one.
All right.
So I am going to go for my full 14 inches as I come through this cloud.
Uh-huh.
And as obviously I've come through the cloud, it's set me to neutral.
Yep.
And then I turn 45 degrees that way. And as my pilot action, I'm going to climb up for advantage.
Yep. So you're just on the bottom of the screen now. So that's good. Now it's this poor guy here.
109 in the middle of the the mix, as it were.
What is he going to do?
He's just got to, just put his foot down and get out as fast as he can.
Yeah.
No, I don't suppose he would put his foot down, would he?
He'd put the lever forward.
Get the lever forward and open her up, as it were. So he's going to move forward. He's going to turn just slightly to the right and climb up.
Yeah, bring yourself up to neutral.
Yeah. Just want to turn my tail away from you so that I'm not showing you my 6 too much.
Yeah.
So that ends that turn.
That does.
There's 3 chits on me, only a single boom chit on you, so it's still in your favour by 2. And I think, we'll put all the chits in and we'll start the third turn.
Yep.
So we'll start the next turn.
Yep.
Same again, all advantage planes first, followed by the neutrals, then the disadvantaged. So we've both got advantaged aces.
But I'm a Spitfire.
But you're a Spitfire, yes. Yeah. So you've got that little bit extra speed, meaning you're going first. So
let's have a look at where we're at. So here he is, my awesome ace.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what I'd like to do right now. I think I'm going to go for a little bit of aggression.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a tight turn card on him.
Yeah.
I love those cards.
The tight turns are great.
The tight turns are fantastic. And what he's going to do is turn this way, and then he's going to do, this could be interesting, he's going to go 7.
Yeah.
Like so.
I assumed he's burned his advantage, has he?
Has he?
Is that what you're thinking?
No.
No?
No. I'm going to be using my ace to set something up.
Okay.
What he is going to do is outmaneuver that 4.
Okay. Now, if he burns his advantage, at the end of that turn, he could do a 180-degree turn and be on the tail of that 4, immediately knocking it down to disadvantage.
Oh, that's a good point. So if I burn, instead of doing the outmaneuver test, I could just burn 1 advantage and just swing him round and then force you to drop.
Yeah, see, because as soon as you're on my tail, I'm straight down to disadvantage. Yes,
You're quite right. So
if we imagine that he'd burned his advantage, and then he uses that for that 180-degree turn at the end.
Yep.
He's moved 7 inches. You're pointing into my rear arc, right onto my stem there. It drops me straight down to disadvantaged.
And can I take advantage of that right now?
You can indeed, yes.
So I can have a shot at this.
So you can use your pilot action to, like I said, if you want to climb, you can climb.
No.
If you want to outmaneuver, you can outmaneuver another plane. Or if you really want to, you can have a shot at my 4.
I think I'm going to have a shot at your 4.
Okay.
So it's pilot skill plus firepower.
It is, yes.
So it's 6 dice I'm throwing at.
4 pilot skill. Oh, sorry, yes, it is 6 because it's your 5.
That's on your
yes,
on
it
your
is 6
now.
dice, yeah. So it's 5 for the pilot skill and
1 for
firepower, yes. Yeah, I know, nearly. I'm trying to cheat you out of a dice.
Oh, no.
And there isn't a shot, so that, wipe my brow in relief there. And
he pushed too hard.
He did push too hard. But he's forced him down a disadvantage. Yep. It's a high pilot skill plane. It means he's going right near the end of the turn. It's good for you. You may be able to bring somebody else in to affect him, so on and so forth. So it's always a plus to get on someone's 6.
Yes. Over to your ace then.
So it is now my ace. And unfortunately, I don't think he's not got any sexy targets to go for because all your guys are either advantaged or neutral.
Well, what he could do is just bump himself forward and go into a deflection shot on this one.
He could. He's got to move a minimum of 4 inches, though. So I'm thinking of something a little bit more risque.
You're going to go head on with something.
I'm not. I'm going to do something. I think this is going to be something quite spectacular.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to burn advantage.
Right.
It's not going to work. So
he burns advantage.
I just realised it's not going to work. So we are going to burn advantage though, because I think I could do with getting a little bit of extra speed and getting away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn my advantage.
Yep.
Get myself a bit of extra speed and try and come back from the opposite directions. I'll pinch the tape measure there. We're going to take this guy right out.
You're going to cross the formation. You're going to go fly past all the beautiful Spitfires.
I am, yes, yeah. Unless 7 inches will get me just past you. Mm-hmm. Which potentially, it's going to get me base to base, I think. But
yeah.
If we just hop him over the top there.
Uh-huh. And then he's going to do his 180.
He's going to do his 180. Now I don't knock all the planes over at the same time.
Wow, that is a little risque, that. But it is your ace.
It is my ace, and I think he's, can we say he's on his tail there?
I would say...
Pointing into the rear, that arrow's on his...
Do you know what? I would say yes, because the stem is pointing into the rear arc this time.
Cool.
So yeah, you can have this one.
I will take this one.
Yep.
So whether that's a bit of a pity... a bit of a pity move, but yes. So he's on the tail. Mm-hmm. There's no wingman covering his 6. Mm-hmm. So I've taken a little bit of advantage of them being all sort of grouped up together.
Yeah.
We've flown the other chap out the way at the end of last turn and left a bit of open space for me to move through.
Yeah.
So
you're taking a shot.
I'm taking a shot. Yes. Okay. Finally, my first shot. Well, apart from the head-to-head shot.
Yeah.
First initiated shot of the turn. So of the game. So 5 dice for the pilot skill and 1 for the firepower of the plane.
Okay.
But I'm also going to play superior armament.
Right.
So what superior armament does is on a friendly plane during a shooting attack, add 1 firepower dice to their dice.
So you're getting an extra dice.
So I'm getting an extra dice just to try and secure me. Excuse me, that shot, get that boom shit, which I really desperately need, and I do.
Wow. Okay.
So excellent news for me, and it's also a critical.
Yeah. Which is a problem.
It is a problem. So
I take a boom chit.
You take a boom chit for taking
a shot.
Fire coming in, yeah. And then you're making a maneuver test. Mm-hmm. So normally it would be your pilot skill of 3.
Yep.
Plus the maneuverability of 3.
Yep.
But because I scored a critical.
It's -1.
You -1 dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there anything I can play in my hand? No. Nothing in my hand that's usable.
No.
Not in this situation anyway. So I have 5 dice to save myself.
Yes. You need
from this one.
1 ace. And it's easy. Look at that. 3 aces. So he's fine. You've taken a boom chit. He's disadvantaged, but he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Now, because of superior armament, it's not a discard card. Mm-hmm. This card allows me to roll a gunnery test, and if I pass that gunnery test, I can keep superior armament in my hand rather than discarding it. So a gunnery test is just the same as a shooting test. Is a pilot skill of 5 plus the firepower of 1, and I need 1 6, and I get to keep that card. So I'll pop that back into my hand and continue the turn with that. In my hand, should I need to use it again.
Okay.
So we're now to advantaged 4s.
Here we are.
Which we haven't got any.
No, we don't.
And then down to advantaged 3s.
Advantage 3s.
Which I think...
I don't have any.
Just me.
It's just, just you.
Just me.
Just you.
And would you look at that? There's an advantage 3, definitely within 6 inches.
Of a neutral 3
Of
Spitfire.
Another neutral 3.
Yeah.
So the tailing starts at the end of my move. So I can't be classed as tailing for a snapshot. But I'm going to take that snapshot anyway because it's advantaged against neutral.
Yeah.
So it's 3 dice for my pilot skill, 1 for the firepower, and I just need an ace to get a shot. So
okay, you did.
That gets us levels on boom chits now.
Yeah, it does. So it's this guy firing on this Spitfire at the cloud here.
Lovely. So you're making a maneuver check.
I am. So that will be my pilot skill of 3, with firepower or maneuverability of 3.
Yes.
And because it isn't a crit, I don't lose that.
You don't lose
that
dice. Yeah.
So it's straight 6 this time. Okay. We're good.
And he's good, he's fine. So all that would have done is dropped you down to neutral.
Yep.
But obviously because you passed, there's no need. Now, if I had 4 inches, I'd have potentially been able to move in and get another shot off, but I haven't. I'm going to have to move past you.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not always a great thing to be going first, because now I am overshooting you and coming up
into a cloud.
I don't think I'm just out of the cloud as well. I think if I was 50% in, I'd be in, but it's not necessarily great news for me. But I'm not going to burn. I'm not losing my advantage. What I'm going to do is try and force a maneuver test from this 3.
Okay.
So that's my pilot action. Because we're both 3, I can't just outmaneuver you automatically. You get a chance to pass a maneuver test.
Okay.
So same again. It's a pilot skill of 3.
And maneuverability
of 3. Yeah. Just a single 6.
Oh,
easy again. Yes. He's not going anywhere. He's solid. He's solid.
Okay.
So that's that advantage 3.
Yep.
I've got this other one here.
You do.
Now this guy is definitely in a nice position. Now, where's he going to go though?
So this guy here, you think?
Yeah.
Well,
so I could go left or right.
He could go in and assist the ace. He could swing round and help.
I think my rookie is going to assist the ace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move him forward a few inches. I think just 2.
Yep.
I'm going to turn him roughly 75 degrees or so, and then move him forward his other 2 inches for his minimum move.
Mm-hmm.
And then
has him more or less in the back arc.
Just about, and I've got my 45-degree turn at the end.
Yep.
Which will just get me pointing into his back arc.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to drop him down to disadvantage for being tailed.
Will let you take a shot.
And allow me to take the shot. So it's only 4 dice this time. So 3 for the pilot skill and 1 for the firepower. And I don't get any shots off. So you breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
It's just disadvantaged. And that's my 3 done.
Right.
Now, I think it's me again. Because I do have a advantaged rookie.
Oh, you do? Yeah, because most of my guys are all neutral now.
So, my rookie is going to burn advantage, because I want to get a turn in before I move.
Yeah.
So, drop him down to neutral, give him a little bit of a turn, and then we know he's got to move a minimum of 4 inches.
So he's going to run in to the back of this disadvantage 3.
And that's just 4 inches to there.
Yep.
And he's going to have a shot at the 3. So it's 2 dice for the pilot skill.
Yep.
1 for his firepower. But I'm going to play that superior armament again.
Okay.
So we're going to play that superior armament on the rookie.
Yep.
And gain an extra dice. So I'm rolling 4 dice instead of just the 3. Then I get a hit off. So pops another boom chit.
Here goes the 4th boom chit now.
Starting to swing it around a little bit.
Yeah, I need to actually shoot something down soon.
I'd love to say this was down to great planning, but it's been pure fluke that we've ended up in this position.
It's been, I think actually your turning point right now was just saying screw it and pass through the formation and then start doubling back on them.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you've done that on a few of them and it's working out.
It's working well at the moment. Yep. So it's forcing a maneuver test from this chap.
Yep.
So it's 3 dice for the pilot skill, 3 for his maneuverability.
Yep.
Just looking for 1/6 to save his tail, as it were. And he's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, 2's enough. Well. 2's enough. So we haven't put a boom chit on there. Sorry, a wing chit on him yet. So that's done. Then we move through to the neutrals.
Yes.
Which is pretty much
going to be me.
All your planes, isn't it? Yeah.
So I now finally get a chance to respond.
You do, yeah. So you've got neutral 4 first.
Yeah.
Followed by that neutral 3.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a neutral 3 there.
Neutral 3.
Have you got any more neutral 3s that I missed?
No. I then just have disadvantaged.
Disadvantaged ones, yeah.
Right. So we'll start with the 4.
Yeah.
We really need to pull something out of the hat here as well, which is going to be interesting. Yeah. I think we're going to burn an advantage.
Yeah.
On this guy.
Okay.
He's going to do the almost 180 thing.
Yeah.
And then he's going to swoop in through the cloud.
Yeah, so you go to neutral.
So he'll go up to neutral as he comes back out.
Yeah.
He's going to come to the edge of the cloud.
Yeah.
His 45-degree turn will bring him...
onto my... Is that side or rear?
I think that's actually a tail.
It looks like it is from here.
Just about a tail shot.
And I've definitely not got anybody covering my wing.
No.
So...
drops
him down to disadvantaged.
Yep, and now I get the shot.
And you get a shot back. So... pilot skill of 4. Firepower of 1. 5 dice. Looking for 1 6.
Let's see if I can pull this off.
No 6s.
Oh no!
Hey! But you've disadvantaged him, which is, I say, is always a good thing. It means now I'm not going in this round.
Yep.
I've got to go right at the end of the turn when we do the disadvantaged planes.
You're quite right.
So you've now got that 3.
I now have the 3, and the 3. Could the 3 do the same thing though?
It's just too much movement, I think, because you'd have to do a 180 to get in the cloud, and then potentially another over 45 to get him back out.
Yeah.
But after the 3, you've got this 2.
I have a 2.
Who can just fly straight up and
can
and have a go. So
what I might do then is the 3 is going to. Let's get the tape measure here and let's think about this for a minute.
A bit of extra movement would get him into the cloud.
It would.
Never a bad place to start the turn as well.
Yeah, true. So we could burn the advantage and just get him straight into the cloud, because 13-inch is way more than enough.
Yes, yeah.
So let's burn this down.
Yeah.
And let's take a nice straight line and just plonk him in the middle of that cloud, which puts him back
to neutral where he's in the cloud.
And he can't turn after doing that.
He's got a 45 degree he can still make,
So he can get to about there.
Yeah.
That's fine, because then next turn he could burn an advantage to complete that turn.
Indeed.
And hopefully get onto the back of this other guy.
Definitely.
That's great. So that is my 3.
Then the only other neutral plane that's yet to activate is the
rookie.
It's the rookie.
So the rookie, being all gung-ho and happy that he's watching all his friends do a good job, although they're getting into a bit of a muddle, has realised that there's a nice juicy 109
he
tail over here.
He wants to swoop in and steal the day, I think, is what the rookie's after.
So he doesn't need to burn an advantage to do this.
No, not at all.
7-inch movement will bring him well within range.
Yeah.
So he's just going to swoop in with that Rolls-Royce Merlin opened up. Roaring like the lion that it is.
And letting go with the...
And opening up with, 8 Vickers machine guns? They're not the best, but when you have 8 of them...
Oh, and when you're that close, you know, come on,
So he's 2 for pilot skill.
He is,
And 1.
1 for his firepower.
So 3 dice. Unfortunately, there's nothing else I can do for that, so that's fine. Let's see if we can do it.
Hey, stranger things have happened. There you go. So that's a fourth boom chit for me. This is the most level game I think I've ever seen. And
you now have...
I've got to take a manoeuvre test.
Yeah, you do.
So 3 for my pilot skill and 3 for the manoeuvrability of the plane.
Yep.
I just need the 1 6. And plenty of 6s. That'll do for me. That'll do for me.
But this game is getting close.
It is, yeah.
Because the boom chits, they have to equal the number of planes.
Once there's more boom chits than planes, it's game over. But a plane out the sky now would give somebody another boom chit, and 1 less plane, meaning it will end the turn now. So if the next plane goes down when it's shot, that would be game over. So it really is. It's the golden goal, as it were. We're down to that final.
So my little rookie did well.
He did.
He just laid in there and thought, I can handle this.
Yeah, he's put him under some pressure. He's got his shots off. And then we move into the disadvantaged planes.
Yeah.
So this time, it is me going first.
Because you have a disadvantaged 4.
I have indeed. And unfortunately, I'm kind of being blocked by what's going on in front of me. So I'm not going to get my 7 inches to get away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to move up as close as I can to get away. And I think then he'll just climb up to neutral at the end of his turn.
Okay.
So just to there. And then I want to take my tail away from you, but I'm not sure which way is the best way to go, because if I go one way or go the other, I'm going to be caught from either side, especially with that tight turn skill that you've got in the Spitfires.
Yeah, I think you're going to be caught almost regardless here.
I am, yes. Yeah.
So that's your 4.
That's my 4. So it's dropped down to any 3s.
Any 3s. You have a 3 here,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a 3 here.
You also have a 3 over here as well.
One over here too. This guy really needs to get into the cloud.
Yeah.
So I'm going to activate him, and
he could, if he wanted to, fly straight through the cloud and climb. So he'd be set to neutral.
Yep.
And then climb up to advantaged at the end of his turn.
But do I need to do that?
I don't know. Do you want him to go early on in the game next turn, or do you want him?
Yes, I could actually do with him being a bit early. So let's have the tape measure and see where 7 inches. Yeah, 7 inches brings him through.
Yeah, the other side of the cloud. That's it.
Neutral, and then burn him up to.
Yeah, and you've got your 45 degree, which you can turn just to, again, allow him to be able to come round. Yeah. Yeah, next turn.
That will do nicely.
And then it's your other 3 right in the mix here.
Right here. This is going to be interesting.
I imagine this guy just wants to get out of there, really.
He kind of does. I don't think he really wants to, but he kind of does. From a disadvantaged position, there's very little I can do, because nearly everybody around him is neutral. So I think I'm going to make him do a tight turn, because I still have tight turns.
You do, yes.
So I'll play a tight turn, and then draw another card from my deck, which is that. Yeah. And then he's going to do a 45. Brings him that way.
Yeah.
He's then going to do... Oh, no.
7 inches is going to take him.
7 does not take him into the cloud, though.
It was close, though. It was close. Or is it? I mean, 50% of his base is in the cloud.
Well, if I move him to there, it's not enough.
No.
So, unfortunately, but he can still make himself
climb
neutral.
up to neutral, yes, yeah.
So that's okay. He's fine where he is.
And then the last plane is my poor fleeting 109, who's still trying to get away from this massive Spitfires. So, unfortunately, same again, he can only really move 7 inches forward. So, it's just going to move.
Doesn't get him into the cloud at all.
Not at all.
This 4 is going to chase him relentlessly.
Yeah. And I think the sensible thing for me to do is going to be to turn him 45 degrees that way, and just hope for the best.
Yep.
Because I'm being chased. I'm being hounded by those guys.
You are. Right. Are we done?
I think we're done for that. For that round. So we'll pull all the boom chits, all the chits in, and start the next turn. So we're going into the next turn, and this looks quite level as it stands.
It does. So, we're both on 4 boom chits at the minute.
Yeah, pretty much all the planes have come down to neutral.
Yep.
We've both got an advantage 3, but this is where the speed of the Spitfire really comes into its own.
Yep.
So albeit we're all on an equal standing, all of the Spitfires are going to go. So your 5 is going to go before my 5, your 4 is going to go before my 4, and so on and so forth as we play through the advantage levels.
Yeah.
So I think it's really on you to take advantage of having that extra speed. Can you force me down and so on and so forth before I get a chance to go? So we've got these 2 3s first.
Yes.
And it's going to be your Spitfire up to start.
Yeah. So let's see what we can do. What I need to do is deny you something.
Yes.
So let's try and deny you. I wonder if I should play a tight turn on this guy. No. I'm not. He's going to come out 7 inches.
Yeah.
So let's go 7.
Yeah.
And let's make your 45 turn.
Yeah.
He'll, as a pilot action, I'm still in advantage, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But am I within 9 inches of this 109?
You certainly are of this one here, yeah.
So what I'd like to do is force you to an outmaneuver check.
Excellent, okay. So that for me is 3 dice for my pilot skill.
Yep.
And then 3 for
your
my maneuverability.
Mm-hmm.
I just need a 6. Which I don't. Devastating. So that's exactly what I meant at the start of the turn. Is
so you've lost.
I've lost that ability. If this plane was going to go next, he's now going to be going halfway through our next sort of phase as we're going into neutral planes.
Which we are now going into.
Which we're now going into.
Because I only have one advantage plane and now there's none on.
Indeed. So we're starting with your ace, and he's in a lovely position. Where he's got some multiple targets and multiple choices.
Yep.
So does he want to move in on that 4 and get on its tail?
What he's going to do, let's just point out some of the options for him. So from here, he could potentially swing out to the guy that's just off camera, which we've just disadvantaged a little. He could also swing down to the 4. If he really wanted and was feeling particularly brave, we could do a tight turn, storm straight at your ace, and have a head-to-head. But the problem with that is that we might both end up with boom chits.
Indeed, and we are both neutral as well at the moment.
Yeah.
So we'd struggle there. But what he could also move into the mix here and knock any of these planes, any one of these planes down to disadvantaged as well.
Yeah.
So he could force the 4 by getting on its tail.
Yeah.
But he could also come in and outmaneuver another plane instead if he wanted to.
I have a plan. I have a glorious plan.
Excellent. Okay.
It's such a plan that I've been grinning for 5 minutes thinking about
All right, okay.
So, what's going to happen? I'm first going to play a tight turn on my ace.
Yeah.
Which is going to be glorious. So he's going to turn.
Yeah.
He's going to get right on the tail of 4.
Sure.
So 7... Well, actually, hang on. We need to figure something out here because this guy, your ace, is projecting a bubble of 6 around him. So my safe zone
it's just outside of those things.
Is about here. So if he bumps up to there, if you could.
Yeah, of course.
Put him to there.
He's definitely within 6 inches of my...
He's now well within the 6 inches of that 109.
He could even come back an inch if you wanted to.
Really could, but I'm not going to.
No. So it drops this guy.
So this guy gets disadvantaged.
He does indeed.
Which is glorious.
And you're going to use your pilot action to climb up for advantage now, aren't you? Yeah? No. Okay.
No.
So outmaneuver. You're going to outmaneuver another plane.
Maybe. Maybe I will. Because I have an ace skill. Now I can play that now as far as I'm concerned. Because this is my pilot action.
It is, yeah. Well, your ace skill is at any point, so it's as well as your pilot action.
Right, so I could do this and then take a shot.
You can indeed, yes.
That is glorious. This is why I've been smiling. Master Tactician. When choosing an outmaneuvering pilot action, the ace may attempt to outmaneuver 2 enemy aircraft within 9 inches.
Okay.
Now as it's written, it sounds like I'm going to lose the shot.
You are. So you're making an outmaneuver action, but that's not a bad thing because there are 2 other 3s here.
There are, yep. So we have these 2.
Yeah.
Which I could bump further out of play for a while.
Indeed, and it'll happen automatically because they're 3s against your ace.
Yes.
The question is, would you rather try for the boom chit and taking the 4 out, or gain yourself some advantage? I guess I'm thinking, have you got other planes that can come in and take advantage of the fact that you would be disadvantaging these 2 planes?
There's the problem because these 2 are well out of the way. This guy has
already activated, yes. So he should have that chit there.
All I have in the area is my ace, who's currently deciding what he's going to do, or this 3 over here. Now this 3 has the potential to...
well, he could tight turn.
He could tight turn, but I don't have any. I have no pilot cards left.
But if you do use the maneuver, the Master Tactician, you'd be burning that card, drawing out another card, meaning you could then end up with a tight turn. More than likely, because you've got more tight turns than not. So it's a real tough choice. I think this is where it really emphasises the tactics of the game, where you've set yourself up in a position where you've got many options. And it's just trying to decide, well, what's going to gain you the most advantage overall? Is getting that boom chit off now going to benefit you more than disadvantaging those 2 planes? And it might do, because it depends what I can do going into the sort of the rest of my turn. So it would be my 5 going next. So is my 5 going to be able to get into a position where he can get a shot off against another plane? Now, I don't think he is.
I've just realised. I can disadvantage anybody within 9 inches, any 2 planes within 9 inches.
Well, but if it's for example that's
for
5,
the ace,
I get to try and I get to try and outmaneuver as it were.
Mm-hmm. So the choices are starting to tighten up a little bit, and I kind of want the boom chip. I kind of want the chance just to tear that 4 out of the sky and just get rid of him. But the ace being able to essentially disadvantage 3 planes in 1 turn is
it's very tasty.
It's very tasty.
And this 3 can still come out in any direction and have a shot at either the 3s or the 4.
Yeah.
Because he can burn his advantage to bang on a 180 and come storming out that cloud and still come out neutral. And all these planes would be disadvantaged. So you've got options.
I do have a few options. Do you know what? I think I will play the Master Tactician.
Yeah, I think it's a lovely card. I think it really shows what the aces are capable of.
So I get to burn that now.
Yeah, so instead of taking the shot, you're going to outmaneuver these other planes. He's gone in and he's barrel rolled through here to really throw them all off.
Now, because I have 1 card left in my hand,
I need to...
I've shuffled.
And you need 2 cards. So you should have 3 cards in your hand at all time. Yep. So every time you play a card, you should pick one up to replace it. So it's easy to forget. I did earlier on, and just slyly did it off camera. Drew myself back up.
Oh wait, no, I had 1. I had a theatre card.
You had the theatre card.
Yeah. So I'm going to check what those are at the minute.
Just check that you haven't shuffled in your radar support.
No, I haven't.
That's great. Cool.
But I did forget about one of the other cards I'd chosen.
Cool.
Which is great.
I'm sure it is. Just not for me.
Yeah.
So these planes are all going down to disadvantaged, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So he goes down, and he goes down.
Yep.
So a lovely sweeping turn as he's come in and really sort of shook these guys up.
Yep.
Drop them all down to disadvantaged, meaning they're going right at the end of the round. So it's now my ace.
Yes.
So my ace gets to try and do something as spectacular, which I don't think he's going to be able to do, because if he burns advantage, he's going to be disadvantaged. I think he's just going to try and play for the later game. So if I can pinch the tape measure, I'm just going to move him forward so that he's out of the way, but not too far out of the way that he's going to encourage anybody to jump on his tail. He's going to turn. I want him to go this way, but I'm exposing myself to go that way, so I'm just going to slightly go that way and climb up for advantage, hoping that I can hang on to that advantage and burn it next turn to have a go at some of your Spitfires.
Okay, so we are now on to neutral
4s, which I had one.
You had one?
Yeah, I don't anymore.
No longer.
No.
Which is unfortunate.
I'm sure.
But I have a neutral 4.
You do.
Who is in a pretty position.
He is in an awesome position, definitely.
Let's show you what we've got. So we have this guy out here who, if he goes straight 7 inches, he's tailing this 109.
He is, yeah.
Which would drop his advantage.
Straight down to disadvantaged, yeah. And he's definitely going to be out the arc of this disadvantaged 109
here. Yeah, exactly. So let's just ball forward to there, and that 45-degree brings him nicely onto the tail of
Indeed
this.
It does.
3, which
drops him down to disadvantaged, yeah. And I assume you're going to have the shot.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course we're going to have a shot. So we have 4 dice for pilot skill.
Yeah.
+1 for the firepower of the machine.
Indeed.
So there's 5 dice. And let's see what happens. Please. Yes.
And it's a hit, so I've taken my 5th boom chip.
You have.
And this could be the game-changing dice roll. This is the game-ending dice roll. So now I'm rolling my pilot skill of 3 and my maneuverability of 3 to stay in the game. So I just need 1 ace. And I'm all right, excellent.
Your rolls are getting better.
When they're needed, yeah. It seems to be the safety rolls I'm doing okay with. It's the shooting I've struggled with.
Oh, nah.
Oh, go on. Have you got something to throw at it?
I could have done something, but I think I left it too late. Oh, well.
Yeah, no?
I don't know. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So what I have as a doctrine card is Wall of Lead.
Okay.
And that basically it forces me to take a boom chit,
sure,
but re-roll any dice that failed to score a success.
So potentially getting a critical hit if needed.
Yeah.
So a critical hit would have dropped me down from 6 dice to 5. But judging on that, I still rolled 3 aces in there. I think it's worth using, but when it's down to the crunch, potentially on a rookie or something like that.
I think so.
Cool. So that's the 4 gone.
The 4 is now gone.
Then we move into your neutral 3s.
Neutral 3s, which I have 1.
I don't think I have any. No,
2,
I don't.
Yeah. So I have 2 neutral 3s at the minute.
You do.
And do I have any tight turns? I do.
You could also you burn an advantage for free when you're in the cloud anyway, so you're going to come out neutral. So you could quite comfortably bang on a 90-degree turn there, come out and have a go at that 4, or come out and have a side shot on either of the 3s, I would say. Now, a deflection shot on the side,
it's not going to be great.
No, I've got a much better chance of surviving that because I'm still speeding past you. It's a much harder target to hit. Whereas if you get on the tail of that 4, I'm only rolling my maneuverability. It's much harder for me to dodge that when you're sort of gunning me down from the rear.
What we'll do, our little guy in here is going to burn an advantage.
Yeah.
To throw himself around.
Yeah.
He'll then exit the cloud at unreal amount of knots. And
he's got loads of movement. His 7 inches is almost directly on the back of your base.
What we have to watch for is the disadvantage, which is actually not touching. Yeah, that's fine. So we can actually bring him right up here.
Right up to there, yes, yeah.
So with his normal move, that's enough to do it.
Yeah.
So he brings himself out. He comes out of the cloud as neutral.
Yeah.
He's finished his move, so he can do a turn.
He can indeed, yeah.
He's right on the tail of 4 as well.
Directly on his tail. He's already disadvantaged, so that's fine. We're not knocking him down, but it is giving you the chance to get that shot off.
Yep. So let's see. We don't need to do any of that just yet. And yeah, we're going to take a shot.
Yeah, so it's a pilot skill of 3.
3 plus 1.
5 power of 1. And 1 boom chit will get me level boom chits and planes.
Yeah.
So again, this could sweep my brow again, and
that's just. I think I will play.
You're going to play that, okay?
I'm going to play Wall of Lead.
Okay, so you take a boom chit.
I take 1.
Yeah. But you can re-roll all of those dice.
But can I also throw a theater card at you?
You can only play 1 card per turn on a plane, or like 1 card per plane.
I get
that
you.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So Wall of Lead is now going to let me re-roll those 4 dice.
It is, yes, yeah.
Which is great. So I need you to die.
A load of aces now.
Yeah.
1's enough. So 1's enough. So that puts me on 6 boom chits and forces me into a maneuver test. Now, let's see if I've spent all my 6s. So I've got 4 for the pilot skill, 3 for the maneuverability, 1 6 keeps me in the sky. It doesn't. Devastating result. So
you finally lost a plane.
I finally lost a plane, and a good plane at that. So the 4's gone. He's taken out the sky. Now, when I lose a plane, I gain an extra boom chit. Obviously, just sort of again symbolise that. Oh my God, we've just seen one of the guys go down, and it's really sort of ramping up the pressure. So as a result, that puts me on 7 boom chits with only 5 planes on the table.
Yeah.
So we can play through the rest of the turn. Give me a chance to try and sort of pull back a draw, but I'd need to get another 2 boom chits on you.
Yeah.
And looking at where we're at, I'm not entirely sure I've got anything that's really capable of getting any shots off. I've got this 2 here, who, to get into a position to fire anything, will need to burn some advantage, which it'll drop them down to a disadvantage, meaning I wouldn't be able to get any shots off.
Yeah.
I've got 2 disadvantaged planes here, which are pretty much out the game, as well as this 3. So, in all fairness, I think it's only right that I concede this, and we pull these 109s out and head home, head back to the Reich, tails between our legs.
Well, that has been a fantastic game.
It was, well
really
done,
has.
Fantastic finish as well, a brilliant finish, and hopefully gives everybody an idea of just how fast and furious it can be.
Yep.
You're moving from plane to plane.
I'm also going to annoy you as well, because I still have an ace in the hole.
Okay,
which was called Home Advantage.
Yes,
and you know exactly what this card does.
Yes, indeed.
So I was actually going to be able to save myself at least one boom chit by just simply disregarding it.
Yes, so it's another great card, and great to be playing with the Spitfires as the British player, as in the the Battle of Britain set. That home advantage means you're fighting to protect the nation. You're going to shrug off a little bit of that incoming pressure just to try and protect old Granny down in number 8.
I can see my house from up here.
Exactly.
I'm not letting them hit that.
Exactly. So, great game.
Absolutely fantastic, and I've seriously enjoyed it.
Brilliant.
So guys, if you enjoyed the look of Blood Red Skies, please drop a comment below and let us know what you think of the game. And throw your comments at us. Let us know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Charlie, it's been a pleasure playing with you.
Thank you.
And we will see you all again very soon.
Chocks away.
We hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now, and be sure to check out beastsofwar.com for the latest gaming news and gaming Let's Plays. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe, and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.